Hey everyone, today we're going to talk about a super simple project that has a huge impact, creating a little water station for bees that can literally save their lives. Seriously, it's such a small thing for us, but it is an absolute game changer for these vital little pollinators. All right, let's dive in.
So when you think about helping out bees, what's the first thing that pops into your head? It's probably flowers, right? Planting all those beautiful, bee-friendly flowers. And don't get me wrong, that's awesome. But there's something else they desperately need, something that often gets totally overlooked. It's not pollen, it's not nectar, it's just plain old water. And why they need it is actually way cooler than you might think. Okay, so first up, why do they need water so badly? I mean, it's for way more than just taking a quick sip. And once you get this, you'll see why setting up a safe water spot is so important. Okay, check this out. The first one's pretty obvious, right? Drinking and hydration. Just like us, they get thirsty. But these next two, this is where it gets really amazing. They literally use water for hive air conditioning. Foragers bring back these tiny droplets of water, spread them around the honeycomb, and then other bees fan their wings like crazy. This creates evaporative cooling that keeps the whole colony from overheating on those scorching hot days. And get this, they also use it to make baby food. No, really. They mix water with that thick crystallized honey to thin it out into a perfect soupy meal for all the little larvae.
So, now you're convinced you're ready to build one? Awesome. But before you grab a bowl, we've got to talk about the most important thing first: location. Where you put this thing can be the difference between a helpful little bee oasis and, well, an accidental bee hazard.
So here's the main idea. You want the spot to be a little bit away from the main beehive, if you're a beekeeper, and definitely away from places where you, your kids, or your pets are walking all the time. You want to encourage them to forage for water just like they do for nectar. It's just safer for everybody.
And this really breaks down the why behind that. If you put the water too close, you're basically creating a crowded, messy puddle right on their doorstep. That can become a breeding ground for diseases that can spread through the whole colony. Plus, you're basically putting up a giant neon sign for predators like wasps and hornets that says, "Hey, bee buffet right here." But placing it a little further away, that's just right. It encourages them to act naturally, and it's so much healthier for the whole system. All right, you've picked out the perfect spot. So, what do you actually put in the waterer? Because believe me, what's in the water is just as critical as where the water is. The good news is the recipe is super simple. Your best bet always is just clean, fresh water. That's it. You can add a tiny pinch of unrefined sea salt if you want. They seem to like the minerals, but it's totally optional. Now for the big don'ts, and this is huge. Do not add sugar or honey. I know it seems like a nice treat, but it can cause a robbing frenzy where bees from different hives literally fight to the death over it. It is bad news. And it should go without saying, but no chlorinated pool water and nothing that could possibly have pesticides in it.
And yeah, this quote just nails it. You don't need some complex formula. Simple is safe. If you're ever wondering what to do, just use clean water. You can't go wrong. Remember, you're trying to set up a safe drinking fountain, not a sugary energy drink bar.
Okay, last big section here. Let's talk about the common mistakes pretty much everyone makes at first. We want to build a bee haven, right? Not a bee hazard. So let's be honest for a second. Are you maybe about to make one of these classic rookie mistakes? It's so easy to do, even when you're trying to help. Let's walk through why these can actually be pretty dangerous for our buzzing friends. Okay, number one, using a deep, open bowl. This is probably the biggest one. To a tired little bee, a deep bowl of water with steep sides is like an ocean with no shoreline. It's a total death trap, which leads right into number two, forgetting landing pads. They need a safe place to stand so they can drink without falling in. Number three, letting the water get all old and stagnant. Yuck. That's just asking for nasty bacteria and diseases to spread through the hive. And finally, of course, using pesticides anywhere near your water source. You'll just end up accidentally poisoning the very bees you're trying to help. So, how do we fix that whole drowning problem? It's all about creating a landing zone. Honestly, this is the most critical part of your whole design. All you have to do is take a shallow dish, like a pie plate or a plant saucer, and fill it with things like marbles, pebbles, small stones, wine corks, even sticks. Anything that breaks the surface of the water and gives them countless little islands to land on, get a drink, and take off again, totally safe and sound.
And that's really what it all comes down to. It's not just about giving them water, it's about giving them a safe place to get it. By following these simple steps, you're providing an absolutely essential resource that will help your local bee population survive and thrive. especially during that hot, dry weather. It truly makes a difference.
So as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with this question. Setting up a bee waterer is a fantastic, easy first step with a real impact. So what's next? What's another small change you can make to help all our pollinators thrive? Something to chew on. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today.